What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Predict the Prem. The Premier League coming thick and fast, and well, thick, don't know about fast. We'll see what happens with the COVID stuff, but it seems as though Man United have cases now, Villa have cases
Norwich.
now, Spurs have more cases now, Norwich have cases now, so we haven't heard any inklings of any games being called off this week, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. The scores on the doors at the moment are 213 to Sim, 188 to myself. The way it works, it's 5 points for a correct scoreline, 3 points for a correct result, and both teams to score 1 point for a correct result. And the star man at the end as well, which is 2 points for a goal and 1 point for an assist. And let's get straight into it, and let's go to Brentford against Manchester United. Wow, we've gone for the same score. 1-1. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think United are going to struggle in this game. So I think I've gone for Brentford to nick a point. I think Man United have been lucky to get 2 wins in the last 2 games, especially against Norwich. And I think that Brentford will come with a much clearer plan. And off the back of some good form as well, I think they'll get a point.
Pretty much identical to my thinking. I haven't been impressed with Man United as of late since Rangnick has taken over. They're kind of like just stuttering through games, really, or stumbling through games, shall I say. And I think Brentford will definitely be up for this one. So I can't see Brentford winning, but I think a draw is probably a likely outcome. But let's move on to Norwich against Aston Villa. And again, we've gone for the exact same scoreline, 2-1 to Aston Villa. My thinking behind this is that I think it will be a closer game than people may think, but I think Villa have been really good since Steven Gerrard has taken over. Norwich, on the other hand, have also been pretty good since Dean Smith has taken over, but I think Villa have just been that much better, and I think they'll just get over the line here.
Yeah, I think Norwich might be good for a goal. I think they're unlucky not to score against Man United. Villa lost only 1-0 to Liverpool, but it didn't represent how much of a gap there was in quality between the two sides. So I think Villa will come away with a slight victory in this game, and Norwich could be on the end of 3 defeats in a row.
All right, let's move on to Manchester City against Leeds. And again, we've gone for the same scoreline. What's going on over here? What is going on? But we've both gone for 3-0 to Manchester City. And Leeds put in a good performance against Chelsea, but I think that was a Chelsea side that were off form, definitely off form in that game. Man City are flying at the moment, so I can't see anything but a resounding City win.
Yeah, City, they've got a much better system in place than Chelsea right now. And I feel like Alonso was part of he gave away a penalty against Leeds to give them the early lead before Chelsea hit back. And I think City won't have that kind of problem with those kind of defenders. So I think Leeds will struggle to score in this game, and I can see Man City dominating, so 3-0.
All right, let's move over to Brighton against Wolves on the Wednesday. And finally, we have not given the same scoreline, but pretty close, to be fair. You've gone 1-0 to Brighton. I've gone 0-0. The reason I've gone 0-0 is like two kind of draw. Both these teams have drawn quite a few games this season, especially Brighton, let's be honest. And I think Wolves, when you look at Wolves, I think they've got a good defence. They've got a good base there, but they're struggling to score goals at the moment. I think Brighton will struggle in this game. But Wolves have really got to get a better return in this game. But I can see it being a draw, really.
With Raul Jimenez missing, I can see Wolves definitely struggling to score. I think Brighton, of late, the draw specialists, didn't play on the weekend against Tottenham, despite as well having a lot of injuries. But I reckon they can find a goal from somewhere and just about shade it 1-0.
All right, and we move over to Burnley against Watford. And again, we've gone for the same score. This is actually quite amazing. We haven't seen each other's predictions, and we've gone for the exact same scoreline in pretty much every single game. This is nuts. But anyway, we've gone for 2-1 to Burnley. And I think, with Watford, you just don't know which Watford side are going to turn up. And when they're playing the kind of average teams, they really don't turn up. And I think Burnley haven't won in a while here, and I think they'll get back to winning ways here.
Yeah, and again, Burnley have been playing quite well, got a good draw on the weekend against West Ham. Watford succumbing to Brentford 2-1, and I feel like they might be on the end of another defeat. Burnley need points on the board at the moment. They've got too many draws, and I can see Sean Dyche looking at this game as an opportunity to get 3 points.
All right, let's move on to Palace against Southampton. Finally, we've got some different score lines here. I've gone 3-1, Sim's gone 2-2. My thinking behind this one is basically last night I thought Palace were really good, and I back them to carry on this form. I know they've been stuttering of late. Their performances hasn't been like their early season form, but yesterday really got back to that, in my opinion. And I think if they can ride the early storm from Southampton, that's why I've gone for Southampton to score, because they like to kind of press early. So I think that they will get a goal, but I think Palace will just have a bit too much here.
Yeah, Palace definitely against an Everton side were quite impressive, and they came with the victory. I just feel like they're going to be a bit more open against Southampton, and Southampton might find it a bit easier to get in on the Palace goal, because Palace are quite an open side. So, but it should be two attacking teams kind of going for it, and I think Southampton will be very disappointed with how they performed on the weekend and want a reaction to that. So I've gone for a 2-2 draw.
All right. Arsenal against West Ham in a big London derby at the Emirates. I've gone 2-1 West Ham. Sim's gone 1-0 to West Ham. And look, I think we can both agree here that we both think West Ham are going to win, but I got a feeling Arsenal will get a goal. They are at home. Yeah, I know West Ham got a very mean defence, but still, at home, I think Arsenal can grab a goal, but I think West Ham will outclass them.
Yeah, I think they could come up against a bit of a brick wall against West Ham. I can see West Ham coming up with something from a set piece and frustrating Arsenal. I think Arsenal found it super easy against Southampton to attack and get in on their goal, and I feel like if they think that it's going to be that easy against West Ham, they might have another thing coming, so they could be in for a bit of a rude awakening in this game.
All right, let's move over to the Thursday games. Leicester against Spurs. Looks like it will go ahead at the moment. Sim's gone for 1-1. I've gone for 2-0 to Spurs. My thinking behind it is that Leicester, with their depleted defence, another defensive injury in Johnny Evans last game out against Newcastle. So I can see Spurs taking advantage of that fact. And yeah, Leicester did look good, but albeit it was against a Newcastle side. But when they do come up against anyone, really, like you said in the last video, anyone of any sort of quality, they do seem to fall flat on their faces. And hopefully that's going to happen again this week.
I've gone for 1-1 just because I think Leicester are depleted and they're definitely there to be got. I just don't know with Tottenham and their situation, with who's available, who's not, whether we're going to be in a position to take full advantage. I think it could be a very frustrating 1-1 draw from Tottenham's point of view, I can see. So this would be a disappointing result, but unfortunately, I can see us being frustrated in this one.
To be honest, I'll tell you the truth. I had this down at 1-1 as well, and I changed it last second to 2-0 Spurs. So another one that could have been the same. But let's move on. Chelsea against Everton. More of the same scorelines from me and Sim. 2-0 to Chelsea. Yeah, and you can't see anything but a Chelsea win in this one. I know Chelsea have been not great as of late, but that's kind of, when you look at Everton, they've just been shocking. Absolutely shocking. Apart from that Arsenal game, they've been absolutely terrible in each and every game, probably in the last 5, 6, 7, 8 games. I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a while now. Chelsea, even if they play at like 20, 30, 40%, they still win this game.
I think Chelsea, against an Everton side who are pretty pragmatic compared to like Leeds, who are definitely much more attacking, it's going to be Everton looking to frustrate Chelsea, and I don't think they'll be able to do that, especially with Chelsea straight at the back, nullifying Richarlison. It should be easy to contain Everton, and I think Chelsea should find a couple of moments to put this game to bed.
All right, and the last game on the Thursday, which is Liverpool against Newcastle. Similar scoreline, but not quite the same. Sim's gone 4-0, I've gone 5-0 to Liverpool. And yeah, I think that Liverpool are just going to take Newcastle to the sword here. Liverpool are just absolutely pressing the hell out of every team they're playing. They're completely pulverising every team they're playing at the moment. And this one is going to be no different against probably one of the worst squads in the Premier League.
Yeah, I think Newcastle showed on the weekend how far behind they really are. After beating Burnley, they got absolutely battered by Leicester, and I can't see any different against Liverpool. I think Liverpool will be a bit disappointed that they didn't score more goals on the weekend, and they may make up for it in this game. So I've gone for 4-0.
Yeah. And the star men obviously go to Mo Salah from both of us. It's actually crazy how similar our predictions have been this week.
Well, 6 results the same?
Something like that.
Very similar.
And not only that, but you did the 1-0, I did 0-0, which is fairly similar.
Yeah, 4-0, 5-0.
4-0, 5-0. The only ones that were very different there was literally just one, wasn't there?
Palace, Southampton.
Yeah, that was it. which is crazy.
And Leicester-Tottenham.
And Leicester-Tottenham, yeah. So look, that is our Predict the Prem this week. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any thoughts. Let me know your predictions in the comment section below. Premier League is back tomorrow, and hopefully Spurs are back on Thursday. So yeah, like, subscribe and comment, and as always, come on you Spurs.